Hi everyone, so today we want to present about braising technique. This is our group members. Hope you enjoy our presentations.
Braising is a cooking technique that combines both dry heat and moist heat to transform food into something tender, juicy, and full of flavor. It begins with a process called searing, where the food is cooked at high heat until it turns brown. This browning effect is known as the Maillard reaction. Is what gives the dish its rich color and deep flavor. After that, the food is slowly cooked into a small amount of liquid inside a covered pot. This slow cooking process helps break down connective tissues like collagen, turning it into gelatin, which makes the meat soft, tender, and very enjoyable to eat. What makes braising special is that it creates a self saucing dish. This means the cooking liquid doesn't just cook the food, it also becomes thicker and more flavorful as it absorbs all the taste from the ingredients. Usually, one part of the food is covered with liquid while the rest is cooked using steam inside the pot. This combination helps ensure even cooking and rich flavor development. In the hospitality industry, braising is very useful because it is cost effective. It allows chefs to use tougher and cheaper cuts of meats and still turn them into high quality dishes. Overall, braising is a low and slow cooking method that requires patience, but in return, it produces tender, flavorful, and high value dishes consistently.
Hello everyone, my name is AZNI binti YUSOF. My meeting number is 309595. Today I want to present about definition of braising. Okay, braising is a cooking method that combines both dry heat and moist heat to prepare food. It is commonly used for meat, poultry, and vegetable because it can transfer tough ingredients into soft, tender, and flavorful dishes. This method is widely used in both professional kitchen and home cooking. Okay, for the searing process, the braising process begin with searing the food at a higher temperature using a small amount of oil. This step creates a brown surface through caramelization, which develop a richer flavor and improve the appearance of the food. Syringes also help lock in the natural juices, keeping the final dish moist and tender. After searing, a small amount of liquid such as water, stock, broth, or sauce is added to the pot. The liquid only partially covers the food, allowing dry heat and moist heat to work together during cooking. The pot is then tightly covered to trap heat moisture inside. Next is slow cooking process. The food is cooked slowly over low heat for a long period of time. This slow cooking process helps break down stock muscle, fiber, and connective tissue, making the food tender and easy to eat. During cooking, the liquid absorb flavor from herbs, spices, garlic, onion, and seasonings, produce a rich and flavorful sauce. For the example of braised dishes, braising is commonly used to prepare dishes such as beef, beef stew, braised chicken, lamb shanks, and vegetable-based meal. These dishes are popular because they are comforting and flavorful. For the advantage of bracing, one of the main advantage of braces is its ability to turn less expensive and thorough cut of meat into delicious and high quality meat. It also enhances flavor, keep food moist, and produce tender dishes. Because of this benefit, braising is considered an economical and practical cooking technique.
I will talk about equipment and tools. Equipment and tools in the braising cooking method is really important because it is a high heat searing followed by slow cooking in liquid, which means a braising cooking method requires specific tools for heat distribution, and moisture retention. First of all, the most important thing in braising method is Dutch oven. It is because it is specifically made with tightly fitting lid that can retain moisture and heat from dries up to fast. Other than that, Dutch oven can also be used in both in the oven or even on the stove top. Other than that, we also need skillet or frying pan. This is because it is an ideal for high heat searing and browning meat before braising. This skillet or frying pan usually favored by chefs for its versatility because it can be used to saute, browning, frying, cooking, and even baking. So it always be used by many professional chefs. Besides that, cutting board is also important because it is sturdy, which means it has a large surface for us to prepare aromatics such as onions or even cut meat on the board. We can also protect the countertop from scratch, or we can also preserve the knife sharpness so that we can save time, we can save cost. Yeah. Cutting board is also have various like in plastic, wood, or even bamboo. As we all know, kitchen is a place that we have to work fast. So we should have additional tools to handle prep properly, such as tongs, wooden spoons, ladders, and measuring cups. This is also can save our time and we can cook properly and successfully doing the cooking. In conclusion, equipment and tools are really important so that we can ensure the braising method to be happen successfully. Other than that, quality tools and a good quality tools with an extra tools will ready us to be happen. I mean, quality tools and other tools, the extra are for safety, save time, to ensure the cleanliness or maybe to get a consistent results during in the kitchen. For example, when we have extra tools during in the kitchen, we will not overcook the meat on the stove, or maybe we will not burn it too much. Other than save time, tools can also ensure the ingredients to stay fresh and get a good shape to present. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, next is I'm going to talk about the temperature control and cooking times. Temperature control is one of the important factors in successful braising because it directly affects the texture and quality of the food. The purpose of braising is to slowly break down collagen into gelatin, which makes the meat tender and juicy, as I said in the intro part. But however, if the heat is too high, the proteins can tighten and becomes dry or stringy. That is why braising is known as a low and slow cooking method, and we have to handle it very carefully. The ideal simmering temperature for braising is between 82 to 95 degrees Celsius, where the liquid produces gentle or lazy bubbles instead of a strong boil. In professional kitchens, oven braising is usually done between 135 to 160 degrees Celsius to maintain steady and even heat. Cooking time also depends on the type of ingredients used. Tough cuts of meats such as beef chuck or lamb chunk may require around 2.5 to 4 hours to become fork tender. Poultry takes a shorter time, while vegetables requires careful timing to prevent overcooking. Proper temperature and timing are essential to achieve tender texture, moisture retention, and rich flavor development in braised dishes.
Hi, my name is SITI HAMDUNA binti Muhammad SHARIMAN. So my metric number is 309843. So I want to continue to present about common ingredients and impact of choice for ingredients that affect the final outcome. So for braising technique, we have 6 common ingredients. First one is about protein, then aromatic vegetables, herb and spice, fats and liquid. So about protein, beef, lamb, chicken and fish. For beef we have brisket, chuck and short ribs. Lamb we have shanks or shoulder. Chicken we have thigh or drumstick. Fish like cod or salmon. For aromatics such as onion, garlic, shallots, ginger and leeks. For vegetables we have celery, carrots, potatoes, mushrooms and tomatoes. So herbs and spice, bay leaf, thyme, rosemary, peppercorns and cinnamon stick. For fats we have cooking oil, butter or animal fats. For liquid such as stock, we have chicken stock, beef stocks or vegetable stocks. Wine, we also can use wine or beer. And tomato paste. Impact of choice for ingredient affects the final outcome. There is several impact. Number 1 is selection cut of meat. Tenderness key. There is 2 types of meat. Number 1 is lean meat and number 2 high collagen meats. So number 1 in lean meat is about this type of meat. This type of meat should be avoided because they will become dry, tough and blunt after cooking for a long time. The next one, high collagen meats such as chuck, brisket, short ribs and tail. This type of meats have lots of connective tissue is the best. When you cook low and slow, the collagen turns into gelatin, resulting in very tender and juicy meat. Number 2 is choosing a braising liquid. It is a key to a flavor. So the liquid should not fully cover the meat. It should be half cover only. So ingredients like mushroom, soy sauce boost umami, making the dish more savory. Beef or chicken stock, it gives a deep savory flavor and thicken the sauce. Acidic liquids such as vinegar or tomato help breaks down collagen faster, but if we use it too much, it will make the meat fall apart. So number 3 is aromatic ingredients and vegetables such as onion, carrots and celery. So first you need to saute to build a sweet and aromatic base of flavor. Then next we have herbs such as thyme or bay leaf. It will add aroma to permeate the meat. So number 4 is searing process. It is important for texture and color because searing and browning the surface of the meat until brown produce intensive caramel flavor and delicious skin texture. Next is deglazing. Is also a searing process. It using liquid like wine or stock to dissolve the brown residue at the bottom of the pot, and it is important step to enhance the flavor of gravy. So number 5 is sauce quality. The braising liquid reduces over time, becoming a sauce. Ingredients like gelatin, rich meat, tomatoes, starchy vegetables naturally thicken it. If you use poor ingredients can result in a thin or overly greasy sauce. So number 6 is balance of taste from fat, acid, sweetness or salt. From fat we use from meat and add other fats. For acids such as wine, tomatoes or vinegar, and sweetness sometimes we use carrots or onions, and salt we use stock or seasoning. The impact number 7 is cultural and flavor profiles. There is different ingredient combination define cuisine. So there is 3 cuisine that I know from French, Asian and Southeast. For French, they use usually like wine, herbs and stock, and Asian usually use soy sauce or ginger, and Southeast Asian usually use coconut.
Today I would like to present about braising and its variations and applications. Braising is a cooking method that combines dry heat and moist heat cooking. First, the food is seared at the high temperature and then it slowly cooked in a small amount of liquid for a long time. This method is commonly used because it makes thawed meat become tender, juicy and flavor. Braising also helps to develop rich flavors while keeping the food moist. Different countries have their own style of braising. In Western cuisine, dishes like beef and pot roast are cooked using wine, stock, herbs and vegetables to create rich flavors. In Asian cuisine, Chinese red braising uses soy sauce, ginger, garlic and spices, while Japanese nimono uses soy sauces, mirin and dashi stock to create umami flavors. In Indian and Malaysian cuisine, braising is also very popular. Indian curries use many spices together with yogurt or coconut milk. Malaysian dishes like rendang and ayam masak kicap use local ingredients such as lemongrass, chili and coconut milk for a unique taste and aroma. Braising is a flexible cooking technique because it can be used for meat, vegetables and tofu. And different cultures uses different ingredients and flavors, but the basic principle of slow cooking in liquid remains the same. So in conclusion, braising is an important cooking method that produces tender, flavorful and delicious dishes enjoyed around the world. So thank you.